So the question is, why are so many Vedic astrologers around the world are poor? Okay, and why is it that they struggle so much in their life? And why all these online businesses of Vedic astrology are fighting with one another? For competition, for income, and it's a simple secret. It's a simple general knowledge. If you know Vedic astrological texts, in there it says you cannot charge people to look at their horoscopes. Okay, this is the very first thing Parashara said in the Parashara Hora Shastra, which is actually written in Sanskrit in India, the original astrology text. It says you cannot charge them. If you charge them, this art, this science, this religious science, I guess, will actually work against you, will harm you in your personal life, will create disputes, will create loss of income, in your life. And somebody, not actually in my own experience, I, paid astrologers $120, $250, $100 to look at my astrological chart because I was actually going through experimental phase. I wanted, at that time I had money, so I just gave it to them. I said, "Okay, show me my chart." And obviously, they weren't wrong as like in their predictions and all that, but they shouldn't be charging that much, okay? Because the only thing you can do is accept donations from people. The thing about charging or donations, whenever a client comes to you, all you have to do is just say, just give me whatever you like, but let me just do your predictions first. Okay, if you just said this much, that's all you have to say. And if the clients give you $20, $15, $10, it's up to them, and you better accept that with complete gratitude, joy, and happiness. This is why an astrologer in India and back in the days used to sit under a tree with his orange clothes or white clothes, and he would have no home, no assets, nothing. He would own nothing. He would be a devotee of God like a monk. And that's when he would gain this spiritual power of predicting somebody's future through this mathematical and astronomical analysis. But then once people, through time, began to use this as a business. So this is why, even on YouTube, when you see most of these astrologers who say they can solve your problems, I'm not going to name names because that's not my agenda to ruin somebody's name, but in Indian televisions and YouTube and elsewhere, you see them in front of this green screen, which is badly lit. They're sitting in some home. You can see the traffic in the background, and they're talking about how great they are as astrologers. You know, uh, and then I'm wondering, why is it that I have never met a millionaire astrologer who has always made money, always have like these Bentleys and Mercedes Benz and park in their garage? Why all these astrologers are always in these badly built homes, all these one room homes and badly conditioned places, and they're predicting somebody else's future, recommending them remedies when they can't do it themselves, when they haven't proven the remedies on themselves to tell somebody else that hey, they work. Because if gemstones and these Lal Kitab remedies were to work, why is it that their life is so bad? And you know what? Even if these remedies are working, their life is bad because it's a curse of this astrology. You shouldn't be charging people. When you charge people for astrology, and I'm not talking about the books, I'm teaching you. I am teaching astrology to people. I'm putting free videos out on YouTube. Okay, that's not predicting your future. You're gonna ask anybody lately. Whenever somebody messages me on YouTube or somewhere that hey, can you look at my chart? Whenever I do look at it, I don't say okay, I'm gonna give me $20 or $15. I just look at it. That's nothing. It's not only good for me. It's good for the person who's receiving this reading, because whoever receives this reading, whoever wants this reading, is struggling in their life. Okay, they have no money. They want remedies, and when they have to dish out $100, $50, some of these astrologers on websites charge $25 per question. Question regarding your children is separate, marriage is separate, separate for career, separate for wealth. So all these questions, when they add up, they equal to like $150 or $100. And if you want a full life reading with the next 5 year prediction, that's another, $160-$80. So it's like $250 it comes out to be. And you know, I just don't get it that this is it's it's like it has turned into a pharmaceutical and medical business where if somebody has broken their arm and a leg, especially in India, if you do not fill out the paperwork first, if you do not pay somebody under the table, they will not do your operation unless you come up with the money. Or here, I mean, here all these older people, they're struggling for Medicare. They're not getting the universal health care that it's supposed to be. Health, your own personal health doesn't should not have a price, but it does. It's a business. It has become into a business, and that's where this thing has gone into, is a business. Now, Western astrologers, they charge. That's different. Okay, theirs is a completely different system that doesn't come with this precursor. I don't know if I have still met millionaire Western astrologer, but again, that's different. They can charge whatever they want. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing in their text that says that or all of that. But I only say this not only from my own observation, but in my own personal life. About 3-4 years ago, I was charging people like $15 to look at their chart and recommend them gemstones and all that. And man, for the first 3-4 months, I was making money. Okay. After that, everything just went down the hole. I couldn't understand why. I couldn't understand why my relationship went sour. A year and a half, I couldn't understand why things were in home were not good. And then, luckily, through my own luck, I ran into an astrologer who quit astrology, and he's the one who told me that the more you do. He looked at my chart too, and he says, "I know you love astrology. I know you wanna become an astrologer as a profession." He told me about his thing. He says, "I did this, and I was just miserable. I couldn't make money after a while, and my whole thing just went out. And once he quit, once he did his own other things, you know, he finally had a home and everything. Now he teaches astrology. He doesn't looks at people's chart. He doesn't predict. He teaches people. So as long as you're giving a knowledge, as long as you're providing a knowledge, not prediction, that is a different realm. Even in ancient India, they used to say, even it's like a guru dakshina. Guru dakshina means like you give something to your teacher once he teaches you something. Okay, that too, without him asking. But again, that doesn't have any precursor on that, as there's no text written on that. But in astrology, it has, said that you're gonna suffer in your life if you start charging people for money. So anyway, one thing though I am researching on right now is to see what I want to do on my website. Is I want to purchase this software. It's a horror software. It's a $500 software. I want to purchase it. I want to put it on my website. That's gonna cost a lot of money, and I'm gonna get some engineer from India probably to implement it on my website. But I'm trying to see if you were to just put your information in there and automatically get a PDF in your email, where I just charge you like $10-$15 for everything that these websites are charging $60-$70. I want to see if that is considered into the same precursor as charging somebody, because I'm not going to be predicting your chart. You're going to be looking at it your own, but you won't be paying arm and a leg to look at your PDF. It'll just be literally $8-9. I don't know what the price I will determine. Will be really cheap, but I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to call some of these expert, really not good astrologers to see if me doing this on a website and not looking at anybody's chart, but they're looking at their own, is that the same as me predicting your chart and charging you for it? Because then there's no point of me making this video or conversating this message to you. But if it is not doesn't come into that precursor text, then I will try to do that. Spend money and just put it on my website at krasnovels.com.